It is so hard to be a Manchester United fan right now. One week we're on a high, playing brilliantly against the likes of Chelsea and Arsenal, showing just how good this team can be. And then the very next week, we crash back down with a performance like the one against Brentford. Honestly, watching that game felt more like a chore than a football match. Yes, Sesko finally got his first goal, and that's one positive, but beyond that, very little to smile about. Bruno missed another penalty, the team looked flat, and the performance was nothing short of frustrating. So let's break down a few key things we learned from this game. First, let's talk about the defense. If United want to play a high line against teams like Brentford, who we all know will sit back and hit us on the counter, we need defenders who can run the channels and track back quickly. Right now, pairing Maguire and De Ligt in those situations is a recipe for disaster. Don't get me wrong, they are fantastic box defenders. Against teams that want to dominate possession and put us under pressure, they're reliable. But when it comes to pace and covering space, they just don't have the legs, and we've conceded too many goals because of it. Then there's the midfield. It was non-existent against Brentford. They found pockets of space so easily, playing balls into the channels and exploiting us time and time again. And here's the issue. Bruno Fernandes is being used in deeper roles far too often. That just feels wrong. Bruno should be our creative outlet, not the player trying to shield the backline. He thrives in the final third, not as a deep midfielder. United need new players here, midfielders with energy, legs, and the ability to cover ground. Without that, we'll keep getting overrun. Another frustrating thing? The poor decision-making. Against City, we saw Diallo ignore an easy pass that could have led to a goal. Against Brentford, Cunha did the same thing multiple times, going for personal glory instead of playing the simple pass that could have created clear chances. It's one thing to be ambitious, but when players keep repeating the same mistakes week after week, you have to question whether they're prioritizing themselves over the team. Now let's talk about Bruno's penalties. That's the second time this season he's missed a crucial one. And look, Bruno has been one of our most important players over the years, but maybe it's time to think about a change. The pressure is clearly getting to him. Handing penalty duties to one of the forwards could help. Goals from the spot can change seasons, and those two misses already feel like massive lost opportunities. Finally, the biggest problem, consistency. United fans, let's be honest, we all expected a win against Brentford. Instead, the loss puts the manager under more pressure, the media back on his case, and the fans frustrated all over again. A win could have built momentum after those great performances against Chelsea and Arsenal. Instead, this defeat has us questioning team selection, tactics, and where this side is really going. The upcoming game is now a must-win, not just for points, but to relieve the pressure that's mounting on the manager and the squad. At the end of the day, I'm happy Sesko finally got his first goal for United, but one goal isn't enough. This team desperately needs reinforcements, 3 or 4 midfielders who can cover ground, and some pacey defenders who can cope with counterattacks. Until that happens, we'll keep riding this roller coaster of highs and lows. But what do you think? What changes would you make to help this team perform better? Do you agree that Bruno should step aside as penalty taker, or should we stick with him? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hopefully, the next game is a convincing win. Until next time, come on you Reds.